I stared at the phone screen, my thumb hovering over the call log. It was Mom's number, the one I dialed out of habit every year around this time. Her birthday was in 2 weeks, and like clockwork, I'd already shipped off the gift, a vintage pearl necklace from that high-end boutique in Chicago. It cost me nearly $1,000, but hey, it was Mom, the woman who'd raised me through the chaos of my dad's drinking spells and the endless moves across Midwest towns. Or at least, that's the story I told myself to justify the effort. But this year, something felt off. We'd been drifting for months, ever since that blowout argument at Thanksgiving. She'd accused me of siding with my ex-husband in the divorce, of all things. "You're just like him, selfish, always putting your career first," she'd snapped over the turkey. I bit my tongue, reminded myself she was getting older, lonelier since Dad passed. Curiosity nagged at me, though. Why the sudden venom? Was it the empty nest hitting her late, or something deeper, like resentment over me moving to New York for that promotion? I called anyway. "Hey, Mom, just checking in about your birthday. You still having that dinner at the house?" The pause on her end stretched like a rubber band about to snap. "Oh, honey," she said, her voice syrupy with that fake politeness she reserved for telemarketers. "I think it's best if you sit this one out. Things have been tense, and frankly, you're not welcome right now." Not welcome. The words landed like a gut punch, knocking the air out of me. I gripped the phone tighter, my heart racing with a mix of shock and that old familiar ache, the one from childhood when she'd lock herself in her room after a fight with Dad, leaving me to fend for myself. "What do you mean, not welcome? It's your birthday. I sent you something nice already." She sighed, exasperated. "Look, I've got my bridge club friends coming, and your sister's bringing the kids. We don't need any drama. Just give it time." Click. She hung up before I could respond. I sat there on my couch in my tiny Brooklyn apartment, the city noise buzzing outside like white noise to my spinning thoughts. Emotional waves crashed over me, hurt, raw, and unfiltered, like I'd been demoted from daughter to distant relative. But curiosity burned hotter. What had I done to deserve this exile? Was it really about the divorce, or had she been stewing over something else, like how I hadn't visited enough, or maybe that time I called her out on her passive-aggressive comments about my city lifestyle? I paced the room, replaying our last conversations in my head. There was that hint in her voice during Christmas when she mentioned how independent I'd become, as if it were a curse. And now this, not welcome at her own birthday? The rejection stung, stirring up memories of high school when she'd skip my soccer games because work was too much. But I was 42 now, a successful marketing exec with my own life. Why did it still hurt like hell? Then the revenge sparked, a quiet, simmering fire in my chest. If I wasn't welcome, fine. But that necklace? The one I'd agonized over, picturing her face lighting up as she unwrapped it? No way was she keeping that. I'd sent it via UPS, tracking number still in my email. A quick check showed it was en route, due to arrive at her doorstep in Ohio tomorrow. Retrieving it wouldn't be easy, but damn it, I wasn't letting her have her cake and eat it too. I called UPS customer service, my voice steady despite the adrenaline. "Hi, I need to intercept a package I sent. It's a gift, but circumstances changed." The rep was sympathetic. Turns out, for a fee, they could reroute it back to me if it hadn't been delivered yet. I paid up, heart pounding with a mix of guilt and triumph. Curiosity piqued again. Would she notice? Would she call, demanding to know why? The next day, the package arrived at my door instead. I tore it open, the pearls gleaming under my kitchen light. Beautiful, timeless, just like I'd imagined for her. But now they felt tainted. Emotional tears pricked my eyes as I held them, remembering the Christmases where she'd gush over my handmade cards as a kid, calling me her little artist.
Where had that gone? Swallowing hard, I logged into the boutique's website. Return policy? 30 days, no questions asked for store credit. I boxed it back up, slapped on the return label, and dropped it at the post office. Returned to sender, I muttered to myself as the clerk scanned it. It wasn't just about the money, though getting that $1,000 back would cover a nice spa day. It was the principle, the quiet revenge of reclaiming what was mine, of not letting her indifference win. If she didn't want me there, she didn't get the perks of my love.
A week later, her birthday came and went. No call from her, no text. But curiosity got the better of me. I scrolled through Facebook, seeing my sister's post. Mom blowing out candles, surrounded by friends and grandkids, all smiles. No mention of me. The hurt flared anew, but mixed with it was a strange satisfaction. I'd taken control, drawn a line. That night, I treated myself to a solo dinner at my favorite Italian spot in the village. As I sipped my wine, I thought about calling her, hashing it out. But not yet. Let her wonder why the gift never showed. Let the curiosity eat at her for once. Revenge, I realized, wasn't always loud. It could be as simple as reclaiming your worth and walking away. Months passed, and eventually she reached out. "Honey, I missed your gift this year," she said tentatively. I paused, letting the silence build. "Yeah, about that." And just like that, the conversation cracked open. The real one, about years of unspoken grudges, her fears of being forgotten, my pain from feeling sidelined. It wasn't a fairy tale reconciliation, but it was honest, emotional, raw, with a dash of that curiosity finally satisfied.